It's a beautiful morning. Un día bonito. Shake your cares off, don't worry about a thing. Today is so beautiful, so beautiful.
Welcome back to the Beautiful Day Un Día Bonito show. I am your host, Dorimar Bonilla, and today we are thrilled to have Julio Sierra, Associate Director of Admissions for the American University of the Caribbean School of Medicine. Welcome, Julio.
Thank you, Dorimar. It's a true pleasure to be here.
It's great having you. Please tell our audience a little bit about your background.
Well, I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York City, to parents of Puerto Rican descent.
Boricuas.
So I'm what you would call a New Yorican on that note. I'm a proud husband and father of 3 amazing boys. Did my undergraduate education at the University of Miami, where I earned a bachelor's degree in communications, and I've been working with American University of the Caribbean as an associate director of admissions for about 15 years now.
Well, we have a little bit of a connection there because I am Puerto Rican and I do live in Miami. What are some of your fondest Latin traditions, would you say?
Being a Latino, I would say Noche Buena comes to mind first, because when you're talking about family, food,
Coquito.
traditions, coquito, I mean, that definitely embodies the Latino culture. Although my family is Puerto Rican, I have a fondness for the Latino culture as a whole because I grew up with a large Dominican family, and I have a great passion for food. So los tres golpes is something that I'm very fond of: mangú, queso
I love
frito,
it.
fried cheese, you know.
You got to
and fried
mix up
eggs.
the traditions a little bit there with the Puerto Ricans and the Dominicans.
Absolutely.
As the Associate Director of Admissions for your school, what would you say is the mission of the AUC School of Medicine?
The mission of AUC School of Medicine is to train tomorrow's physician whose service to their communities and their patients is enhanced by international learning experience, a diverse learning community, and emphasis on social accountability and engagement.
Our producer's father is also an IMG. What would you say set your school apart from other schools that do international programs?
Well, AUC happens to be one of the oldest and most well-established international medical schools in the Caribbean with a rich 40-plus year history. We have a dedicated faculty that cultivates a collaborative learning environment on our campus. They train the students with different global training opportunities with an emphasis on community engagement. Our recent graduates, the attainment rate for our residency match results are 92%, which really speaks to how the program directors receive our graduates.
Julio, would you share your location, the location of your campus, and also some of the accreditations that your school holds?
Yes, so our medical science campus is located in San Martin, in St. Martin, in the Eastern Caribbean. Our
Should I go
accrediting
back
body,
to school? I think I want to go back to school.
absolutely. Our accrediting body is the ACCM, which is the Accreditation Council for Colleges of Medicine. The main thing to note about our accrediting body is that it's deemed comparable to the standards used by the LCME, the Liaison Committee for Medical Education, which accredits all U.S. allopathic medical school programs.
Wonderful. And for now that you mentioned U.S., for those students that want to get licensed to practice medicine in U.S., are there any states that have any restrictions as why they could not get their license?
No, so AUC, being a very well-established medical school program, has approval from all the medical boards stateside. And so that degree that our graduates earn is honored for residency and licensure in all 50 states with no additional steps or hurdles whatsoever.
Wonderful. Please tell us about the program that AUC offers.
So AUC offers a 4-year MD program, allopathic degree, where 2 years of medical sciences are spent on our medical science campus in St. Martin doing the training. And then we also have a satellite campus in the UK for international students. When they're completed with the first 2 years of their medical sciences, they move on to 3rd and 4th year of the clinical rotations, and we have many sites across the country where we train our students.
And besides all the wonderful, high-quality, high-level medical education that your students can obtain while attending campus, what are some of the other benefits and things they can look forward to?
I would say the biggest thing is a global perspective to medicine with a multitude of international opportunities in both the first and second half of the program. as well as diverse student body with over 30 different clubs and organizations that range from different religious, cultural organizations. We have an American Medical Women Association, and we also have a Latino Medical Student Association as well.
Wonderful. And the beach down the street. That doesn't hurt.
There's 37 beaches in St. Martin. For every square mile, there's a beach.
I love that. Julio, for those seeking financial assistance, does AUC offer any programs?
Yes, so AUC students are eligible for U.S. federal financial aid offered right through the U.S. federal government for those who qualify. It's the same exact loan program as any student in the U.S. gets, graduate and professional school student, that is. The federal aid can cover most, if not the entire cost of their medical education. In addition, we also offer several scholarship opportunities for those who qualify, based on whether they're a first-generation MD, community outreach award as well.
And AUC seems to have a very active student life. Please tell us about that.
Yes, so AUC, we have over 30 different student organizations and clubs, ranging from religious to cultural to service-based organizations. We have an American Medical Women Associations chapter, and we also have a Latino Medical Student Association as well. Very active clubs, very engaged on the island.
Well, thank you, Julio, for the support to the beautiful Day Un Día Bonito show. And I'm thinking that maybe next time we can set up an interview on campus.
That sounds great. Let's
Down
change
in
the
St.
weather and do the
Martin.
campus, do the interview right from St. Martin.
That would be
Beautiful.
beautiful. That would be amazing to have the cameras follow us as we go through the grounds and have a nice chat. And our viewers can see the property.
Agreed. That would be amazing insight.
In the meantime, where can we learn more about your school?
The best way to learn more about AUC School of Medicine is to go directly to our school's website, which is www.aucmed.edu. It offers a ton of information about our curriculum, about our student life, our clubs, our housing, on-demand webinars. We have a virtual campus tour, which is very engaging, and much more. If you have any questions at all, just click on the Request Information button right on the home page of the website, and you'll be able to connect with any of our regional admissions representatives across the U.S. or Canada.
Wonderful. You're all set up with a lot of platforms. That's amazing and a great way for our viewers to find out more information. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure having you. We look forward to hearing more from AUC this year. I am your host, Dorimar Bonilla. Stay tuned for more of the beautiful Day Un Día Bonito show.
Hola, I am your co-host, Alexa Sanchez. Today we're thrilled to have two very special guests, Bill Cheek, CEO and owner of Smart Homes, and Jermaine Joyner, the Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York representative for Smart Homes. Welcome, Bill and Jermaine. We are thrilled to have you on today's show.
Thank you so much for having us.
We're excited to be here.
Bill, please share with the viewers a little bit about how Smart Homes came to be.
Well, the flap of the butterfly's wing, so to speak, was actually probably the darkest time of my life. I was working in New York City, lost my job. About a week later, my mom became sick. So I moved home to help take care of her. And, on the weekends, I had some spare time. When I was growing up, I would help my uncle work on homes. So on the weekends, I would start doing little projects on people's homes. And that really got me involved in working with real estate agents who were helping clients list their properties. And I literally was taking paint cans out of basements, putting it in the trunk of my car and driving it to the dump, fixing fences, just any little odd job things that they needed done to their home. Fast forward 5 years later, we're now in 9 states. We're a Class A full-service renovation company. We're backed by roughly 52 finance companies, and we offer a program where our clients can renovate now and pay later.
Wow, that's impressive.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful story. So I hear from our producers that you enjoy the Latin culture so much. What is it about the culture that you like?
Well, we try to be careful to hire within the communities where we are working. And among the Latin culture, they are the hardest working, loyal, dedicated. They are among the most talented tradesmen out there. And so we want to do our part to support the Latin community and employ as many folks as we can, particularly since we're a growing company and we're always looking to hire.
Wow, great. Jermaine, would you walk our viewers through the process of a Smart Homes client?
So what typically happens is we may have an agent reach out to us. But as of late, it seems like many of the clients have been calling us themselves. And what happens when the agent is trying to get a client's home to listing, many of the times you have to do upgrades to be able to get the best bang for your buck. And in order to do that, they utilize the smart home service, renovate now, pay later. And that's been working for many of the clients. They've been able to get more bang for their buck, because if you thought you were going to get $100,000 for your home after the renovation and you end up with an additional $50,000 in your pocket after paying for the renovation, that sounds good to anybody at any scale. So that's the service that we provide.
Wow. Bill, who is the ideal smart homes client?
Well, I mean, Jermaine made some good points. Since we technically can do renovate now and pay later, we tend to attract anyone who needs repairs done to their home. And, during COVID, we all know there are a lot of folks out of work, but they still need repairs done to their home. So really it would be anyone who needs work done to their home, either can't afford it or they don't want to pay. Now, because we can renovate now and pay later, that also attracts folks who are listing their property. And again, same thing, we can defer payment until closing, so they're not really coming out of pocket with any expenses. And then also, investors love us because we can front the renovation cost and it allows them to take on more investment properties at once. And then finally, anyone who is looking to transition or downsize, maybe into assisted living, we Smart Homes, we observe all COVID protocols, so we can handle that transition as well.
Wow. I could tell you, as a real estate professional, those services are very ideal to my business, and I'm guessing to yours as well, since you partner up with many realtors, correct?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Jermaine, would you be able to share some of the services that Smart Homes provides?
Yeah, as a full service Class A renovation contracting company, we can go in and do basically anything in the customer's home. We've also added to our palette to be able to go in and assist with the design aspect, to be able to pull the best bang for your buck out of that customer's home. Sometimes it's just a fixture, but sometimes we can, change the layout of the home to be able to be more modernized, should I say? Because many of the homes we go into, they're probably 80 years old, right? And many of the customers that are looking to buy are looking for a more modern home. So we could be a part of that design aspect as well.
Wow. Bill, earlier you had mentioned that you are in 9 different states. Could you please share with our clients the markets that you service?
Sure. So we're in our original location of Virginia, D.C., and Maryland. We're also in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Florida, and Georgia. And then we're also expanding a little north and a little west in 2021, 2022.
Sounds like you've taken over the entire East Coast.
We're working on it.
Working on it. I like that. Bill, how can people learn more about Smart Homes?
Well, you can contact us at thesmarthomesgroup.com, or you can follow us on any of our social media platforms.
Great. Jermaine, as a tri-state representative, how can people reach out to you?
Well, they can go to the Smart Homes website, which is thesmarthomesgroup.com, or you can reach me at 646-531-6435.
Thank you both so much for your time today. We are thrilled to work with you this season on the beautiful day Un Día Bonito show. I am your co-host, Alexa Sanchez. Stay tuned for more. Ciao.
Welcome to the Beautiful Day Un Día Bonito show. I am your host, Dorimar Bonilla, and I am so excited today because we have Tiffany Negron from El Lechon de Negron, a Puerto Rican restaurant that has not one but 2 locations here in New Jersey. Welcome, Tiffany.
Thank you so much for having me today.
I am excited to talk to you today because this is, obviously, I'm Puerto Rican. That's right up my alley. And I hear you have a little Puerto Rican on your side, too. So
Yes,
tell
I
us
do.
about your background.
Yes, my father, Manuel Negron, he's from Utuado, Puerto Rico. And he came here in the States when he was 21 years old. And in 2013, we joined forces and we opened our food truck.
I love it. So you started with food trucks.
Yes, we started with food truck festivals. The first one that we did, we had about hour and a half long wait for our food truck. I was so nervous. I didn't know what to expect. My father roasted a whole pig, and we sold out that day. So we've been blessed since we've opened our doors.
Oh, you roasted a pig, very Puerto Rican style. I am originally from Calle. That's a big thing from my hometown that we have the pig roasted in that way. There's a big section in my hometown that is popular for that. I hear you're from Utuado. So when do you go back to the island often? And when you go, what are some of the things that you do over there?
Yes, I mean, given the circumstances now, I haven't been able to travel a lot, but I did go there in September to do some last minute research for our grand opening of our second location in Denville. I did a lot of eating there. So we went to
So difficult of a job.
we went to my favorite part of the trip was going to Guavate.
There you go. Well, okay, that's my hometown. Guavate is in Calle, my hometown, and as I said, we're popular for that, for the roasted pig in Guavate.
Yep, we went to the Calle de Lechon,
Yes.
and it's just one route that goes kind of up a mountain, and you have so many different places with authentic Puerto Rican food. Everyone is so friendly. You drink, you have a good time, you enjoy the atmosphere, and it was definitely my favorite part of the trip.
Oh, excellent. So in Guavate, which is the side of the island that's popular for the lechon asado, we have what we call lechoneras. The lechoneras are the restaurants. Instead of being called a restaurant, they're called a lechonera. Lechon is obviously a pig. So lechoneras are the places that are popular for roasting the pigs. And you go there on a Sunday and you're going to be eating and dancing until you roll your way back to your house.
Yes, don't eat breakfast when you're on your way there. Just go there with an empty stomach and stop at every place, eat a little bit. It's so amazing.
That's amazing that you did that research and got to go back to the island. I love that. What inspired your family to get into the restaurant business?
It's a funny story. We kind of have, I feel like our family came full circle. When my mother was pregnant with me, my father actually ran his own restaurant in the 80s. It was called El Gran Cafe, and it was in Vineland, New Jersey. And my family went through some rough times, and they lost the restaurant. So in 2012, when I was working I have 12 years in the restaurant business, bartending, managing, waitressing, and I was done with, working for other people. I wanted to start my own business. And I had mentioned that I want to open a food truck, and my dad's face lit up. Oh. He was so happy. So from the start, it was great that he supported me, and he felt like he came full circle because he was very passionate about the restaurant business too, especially because, unfortunately, he had to let go of his right when I was born.
But then his daughter follows into his footsteps, and he gets a second chance to do. That's a great way to come back.
Yes, it's a really sweet story. Yeah.
Awesome, I love that. And you have two locations here in New Jersey.
Yes,
one
we
is
do.
in Union, New Jersey, and the other one
Is in Denville. We opened up in September. And we've had the food truck, and we still do food truck festivals, and we're actually getting a second food truck as well.
I love that. And I would like, because I see you brought some dishes here with you that I am about to jump on. Can you please walk us through some of the dishes that you brought today?
Absolutely. I mean, what's Puerto Rican without mofongo, without pasteles? So I did bring mofongo here. This is our homemade pasteles that I learned how to make with my father. That my father actually built the machine to grind all the guineos, all the calabaza, the yautía. So he built it himself. Yeah.
Okay, so that's actually a very special skill. Not everybody can make pasteles. It takes a special machine that you don't go buy it somewhere. You have to build it, as she mentions. My mother makes pasteles, and a little secret is she actually FedExes it to me. She sends them overnight, frozen, so that I can eat them, because there's no way I could make them. I wish.
It's hard work. It's hard work making pasteles. Right here, we have our signature dish, is what we're known for, arroz con gandules, pernil, and also the plátanos amarillos, which is a sweet plantain. We roast our pork for 12 hours, low and slow. The arroz con gandules, we take no shortcuts in that. We make our own sofrito, and we don't use any additives for food coloring. We make our own achote oil from the annatto seeds.
I love that. I love that. And I see that you have some more dishes. And our beautiful model is going to bring them over here because we want to see them all.
Awesome. These are some of our frituras that we offer. In the middle here is a papa rellena. It's a mashed potato ball stuffed with seasoned beef. We also have the pastelillos. A lot of people now, they're known as empanadas, which is more of like a known term. But I grew up calling them pastelillos.
Pastelillos, me too. See, the thing is, Puerto Rican food shares a lot of similarities with Cuban food.
Absolutely.
And in Cuban food, they call them empanadas. And in Puerto Rico, we actually call them pastelillos, but now we kind of all blended together. And
Absolutely,
we
yeah.
call them empanadas as well. But yes, in Puerto Rico, in the island, you would call them pastelillos.
And I'm sorry I didn't bring any acapurias, but we sold out yesterday.
It's okay. I forgive
I'm
you
so
because
sorry.
there is
I
a lot of
wanted to, yeah.
goodness in here to enjoy. And you have desserts.
Yes, we do.
Desserts, Puerto Rican desserts.
Yes.
Oh my God, what are some of the traditional ones you carry?
Of course, we have homemade flan. We also have tembleque, which is a coconut like pudding / gelatin. If they had crossed over with that, and it has to jiggle, of course. We have arroz con leche. We have tres leches. Also, one of our dessert empanadas that we offer is the guava con queso.
Okay.
Which is really delicious as well. And we stick to our traditional plates and our traditional, roots with the recipes. But like I said before, we did start from a food truck. So we did a lot of food truck festivals. And people walk up to a truck, they want food truck food.
Yes.
So I created something called Lechon disco fries.
Right
which
here.
is that right there.
And that's your signature.
No, this is our signature dish right here, but one of our fan favorites.
But an original.
This is our own creation that we made. So after roasting so much pork, you have all the delicious drippings from the pork. And I thought, what can I do with all these fabulous juices? So I made gravy out of it. And being from New Jersey, how can you not go to a New Jersey diner and not order disco fries? So we combine, being from New Jersey and also putting our own twist on a state favorite, which is lechon disco fries, homemade gravy, mozzarella cheese, pernil on top of fries.
Excellent. And this would be a sauce.
Those are our habichuelas.
Habichuelas. These are habichuelas. Okay, so these are the beans.
Those are our stewed beans.
Those are the beans that you would normally eat those a lot with rice, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
It has calabaza in there, beans, of course, sofrito seasonings, olives, and we also offer black beans, but I didn't bring those in today.
Well, the pinto beans are more Puerto Rican.
Absolutely.
Yes. And these are our habichuelas, which the Cubans would call frijoles, but we call habichuelas. So it's, again, more of that similar style of cuisine, but with different names, right? And it is so dangerous that you have put this in front of me. I am sure that our crew and our co-hosts are ready to sample this as I am. Where can we learn more about your restaurants?
I did bring extra food for you guys, but yes, we can learn more. You guys can learn more about our different locations, our schedule, and our food truck at www.lechondenegron.com. And also, we were on Facebook. We're on Instagram. If you look up our hashtag, Lechon for Life, it's a term that me and my crew use. It's just a way of a lifestyle that we have. And once you try lechon, you are a lechon for lifer. So that's when a lechon for life came from.
I love that. I am going to steal that from you
No
because
problem.
I do believe in lechon for life, coming from Calle. So that is a very good one. Thank you for joining us today.
I really appreciate you having
for
me here.
bringing this beautiful food. I hope you enjoyed learning something new about our traditional food, and I hope you visit El Lechon de Negron because this stuff, I promise you, you're going to enjoy. I am your host, Dorimar Bonita.